This is the top of the drop, I believe, where we drop to go down to the sewer line, the connection of the city sewer, but watch as I go in. That right there is all tree root with just the water and everything going under there.
How far out are you?
90 feet.
Okay, so you're almost at
But as you see, I tried with the water on powering through this, but I won't get my camera back if I power through that.
So we need to snake this first, run the chopper through first.
What needs to be done is they need to use an expandable cutter in this, because it's not just in there, it's growing in there. So it's growing down the line. So the expandable cutter goes into the hole like this, opens up to the inside wall of the pipe and cuts there, so it gets all the tree root, not just putting a 2-inch hole through a 4-inch line. So
And any plumber can do that, right?
yeah.
It's like, what, a couple $100?
Yeah, go about 90 feet. It's gonna be $300-400 probably. But as you can see, that's your opening there
Yeah, I see that.
at the bottom, and then it gets worse as we go in.
Okay.
What's the condition of
The crock pipe, as you can see, this connection here is really good, but there's quite a few connections where my camera has went up and hit the lip, because what happens with settling and tree root and getting in there and everything, what happens is these end up being about like that. So my camera goes up, hits the lip of that, and then I have to bring it back and slam it to get over. So it's really not in a fail mode, but it really is. I mean, every sewer line's in some kind of fail mode. So as long as there's no gap in between those two, or you can see the whole lip of that next section of pipe, if you can see that, then water's getting into that connection. So I'm going to show you that as we go back. See, this one's raised quite a bit, but not bad enough to cause any problems. But sooner or later, the ground moves and keeps moving, and it gets worse. So if there's no gaps, I always tell people to have a sewer camera inspection maybe every 3 or 4 years. I'll look at this pipe 100% again when I'm doing the report, and then I'll put a year on it. Like every 3 years, look at it, because when something goes, if a connection ever goes, now you got water going into the ground.
Right.
The ground's only going to saturate so much, and your pipe's going to start filling up and backing up.
So it's probably right about where that tree was then.
In the back. No, it's the tree in the back.
Oh, tree in the back. Okay.
It's at the back fence, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 1 foot north of the back fence.
So this goes out the back?
Yes.
Yeah, 1 foot this side of the rear fence. So as you can see here, there a little bit more here you can see.
And how do you fix those?
So you did have a replacement, right, in your line?
If I did, it was before 2004.
Because this is PVC right here.
Okay.
So from 66 feet out, this goes about 20 feet, I think. And that's always a good thing.
So that was before I bought the house.
Whoever installed this did a good job with leveling off the ground and making sure that there wasn't going to be gullies in it, because it's not holding any water whatsoever.
So I've been paying every year for this service line warranty thing. Because first off, I didn't know that I had a good piece of pipe 60 feet out.
Right, so you went starts at about 42 feet and goes to 66 feet.
That PVC?
Mm-hmm. So this is where the connections start getting a little bit worse. I'll show you that as we go along. So we're back into the crock pipe.
Crock? Did you say crock?
Crock. Yeah, you can call it crock or a clay pipe, whatever you want, whatever you prefer, same thing.
So they didn't replace everything from the house out.
Oh, no.
Just the middle section.
Yep, just the middle, very middle section. So see that one there, you can almost see the whole lip of that next connection. That one there is much better. I haven't seen any cracks at all in the bottom or the side walls of this pipe at all, so that's good. That's just calcium buildup there around the connection. Not a big deal.
And Gary, when they do that, run the chopper through, it'll take off that calcium, right?
Yeah, what you want to do is, here's the problem. Here's the problem with this is now that I'm thinking about it, as we go out, just keep in mind that you're always taking a chance with the expandable cutter hitting one of these lips that are heavily raised, because if it hits it wrong, it can actually do more damage. But you know what? They're not as bad as I thought. I'm all the way into the cast iron now. So what I was looking at going out with the water on, I thought was worse than it is. So it's not.
How far does the cast iron go up?
Cast iron goes out 16 feet from here. So 12 feet,
Okay.
10 feet.
And then you have 25 foot of the crock, and then PVC another 20 feet or so, and then you probably couldn't get past the last 10 feet maybe.
I don't think it even goes that far.
5 feet.
It could, but to me, as my camera was going through that tree, it looks like I was going into the drop. So the drop,
So it's right there.
it should be right there.
So can they not expand it until they get out there?
Well, not really. And here's the next problem is, when you get, if it is the drop, it's the worst place to have tree root. Because what happens is, no matter how that snake goes in and that cutter goes in, that drop is going to direct that snake cutter where it wants to go, and it's not going to get it all out. And that can be a real problem, because especially, normally, even if it was just in the horizontal line, I'd say, have them snake it out, have somebody come back and do another camera inspection, because you got to make sure that you got what you paid for, okay? But especially in the drop, because you're not going to get it all out of there. And I've seen a lot of times where the tree root's in the drop and you can't do anything except replace the whole drop down to the city connection, which is 14 feet down here.
So let me ask you, I have my service line warranty I've been paying for every year.
That's a very good thing. But here's the bad thing about the service line warranty. If your sewer line is not inoperable, they don't cover anything. It has to be disconnected, broken, water going into the ground, something like that for them to pay. So with you just having tree root in your drop, they're going to go, sorry.
But I thought I just heard you say 100% block.
Yeah, but apparently you're still getting stuff out. If you were backing up, you'd have to prove that, I guess, that you're backing up.
Is anything backing up, or we don't know yet?
It's not backed up.
Well, how many people live here, though?
Now 4.
Oh, okay. Well, 4 is good.
It was 7 at one point.
Yeah.
Because if you got the dishwasher going, the washing machine going, people taking showers and everything like that, and you're not backing up, that's... Believe me, I've seen a lot crazier thing than that. Yeah. My buddy lives in Westland, and they have 2-foot sections of crock all the way out. And every single connection was like 80 to 90% full, and everything was draining.
Yeah, just the way it is.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, that in that case, you just have to tear the whole line out. You know, I mean, the whole thing's just tree root.
Do you think something like there's a product we could get that would kill the roots and get rid of the roots? You know what I'm talking about? What's it called?
Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the problem again. You're going to put all that stuff in. You're in the drop. It's going to be on the bottom. It's going to clear out the bottom, and the whole 3/4 on the top. It's not going to take care of anything.
Right, understood. It's just going to be right there. 'Cause it's
Yep, it's not going to touch it.
Even like a foaming product, same thing, no?
The only thing you can really try to do here is hydrojet that out of there, and I've never heard of anybody successfully hydrojetting heavy tree root out of the drop.
But once we're past the drop, that's it, right? We're not worried about anything, right?
Yeah, you're
Just-
right into the city sewer once you.
So it's just that one, literally probably what, like a foot or two,
Oh no.
3 feet?
It'll be at least 3 feet.
Okay, so 3 feet. So would you replace that section, or what would you?
If you can't get it out with an expandable cutter, yeah,
But try the expandable cutter. It's worth a shot.
I would try it.
Okay.
I would
So,
definitely try it. It's
I
going
wanna
to
make
save
sure-
a lot of
Yeah,
money.
let's get all the facts straight.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I know what I'm asking for. So you're saying 90 feet out.
Yep, at 90 feet out, where the line drops, there's a drop going down to the city connection. And the cast iron, what year is the house again?
What year was it?
Yeah,
1952.
the cast iron's in really good shape for that age. Look at that.
90 feet out.
That's kind of surprising.
Expandable cutter
Yep,
at the drop.
yes, at the drop to the city tap.
The drop to the city tap.
Mm-hmm.
And is it the problem that will come back and
Yeah, that is a problem because it's probably the tree that's back there that's alive. We were just talking about that when we were out there. There's a tree in the middle of the yard, and the foliage hangs over the fence right where we're at. Because your tree right above us is dead right there, right?
No.
It's not dead? Okay.
It's just
Could be that tree.
all his leaves are down.
Yeah.
Okay, it could be that tree too then. It doesn't really matter, I mean, which tree it is, but
Right.
it found its way in. It's probably going to find its way in again. But it takes a long time to get that in your line.
Sure.
A long time. Yeah. It's just so hard to say. It's a very gray area for all of us in this field because, like I said, if you can't get it out of there, you got to rip the whole thing out.
True, yeah.
So what kind of product, you mentioned products that are available that rotor it out, right? But you're saying they would just flow?
Yeah, it would just stay right with the bottom as it's going down and leave all the tree root that's on the top and the sides. It'll just leave it all. You'll just waste money spending money on that.
So really just need the chopper through there. But it's not backing up.
And I'm not sure how. A lot of guys don't want to put their expandable cutters through the drop because they break. You know, it just breaks the cutter.
Right. Okay.
I'll put all this in my report, but you know, it just all depends on the contractor and how they want to try to get it out of there.
Right.
Because what they can do is, what they could do is open the line before that in the yard and root rod the whole thing. You know what I mean? Take the big
So that makes a lot of
rods.
sense to me.
Take the big rods down there, go right into the drop,
Yeah.
and turn that thing. Try to break all those roots, bring them back, but you're still going to have somebody dig
Sure, yeah, that's
20 feet before that fence.
right.
You didn't get any pictures when you're done.
It's all recorded.
It's all recorded?
Oh yeah, it's all
Yeah, yeah.
it's all video.
I mean, it'd be good for me to be able to show somebody.
Yeah.
Well, what I can do is, when I'm doing this report, I'll just take pictures of my screen
Okay.
and put those in the report.
Are you okay with sharing the report?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. We can share it with you, and you know.
Okay.
Cast iron does look really good for the age.
I think it's worth a shot too. It's worth a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Would you'd agree, right, Glenn?
Here, yeah, I would.
For sure, yeah.
Yep, I definitely agree.
Yes, yeah.
I really think the root rod thing is probably the way to go.